When it comes to magic, it's the ability of the magician to create the illusion which makes it seem impossible. But sometimes there's a lot more to it than just the mechanics of the illusion. So, be it the crazy magician swallowing an entire balloon, or Demian Aditya surviving the Great Escape Act. Hello and welcome back, and today we're gonna figure out the secrets behind some of Got Talent's most famous magic tricks. So, let's get started. The first trick, the rising card illusion. No one has stunned the judges more than Dorenbos, a former NFL player come magician with his amazing skills. His magic skills became the reason which won him the golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. In this trick, he brings a huge deck of cards and allows one of the judges to choose any random card. John then draws a card, the Ace of Clubs, on a notebook and tells everyone that the card chosen by the judge is the Ace of Clubs. But wait, his assumption turns out to be wrong, which upsets everyone. Then he draws an entire deck of cards beneath the Ace of Clubs already drawn and tells everyone that the chosen card is inside his drawn deck. Now, after getting to know the chosen card, he tells everyone that, instead, he will bring that card from inside the drawn deck of cards, which is obviously impossible. But to everyone's shock, he magically brings the chosen 5 of Clubs card from the drawn deck, and finally hands over that page to confirm that it was nothing but a plain drawing. So, how did he do it? Well, here's the secret. The trick consists of 2 parts, one where the card was chosen, and the other part involving the card rising up from the drawn deck. For the first part, the card chosen from that huge deck was actually forced onto the judge. And here's how the 5 of Clubs selection was forced. After John fans the deck and shows the cards to the judge, here you can see all the cards are different. Also, the judge takes multiple attempts to choose a card. So, how did John predict his selection? Well, beneath each of these visible cards was a 5 of Clubs card already set up and loosely stuck over it, which wasn't quite visible, and all John did was to loosen up the attached connection when the judge selects his card. So now you must have got it. When he showed him the cards, the chosen card would always be the 5 of Clubs. Moving on to the next part, now we know that John already knew the card, so he prepared the notebook accordingly with 2 similar pages. The first page was a normal drawing which he gave towards the end to the judges to confirm, and the other page had a built-in mechanism to raise up the 5 of Clubs. This comparison image confirms that there were 2 pages used for the trick. Here we can also see that there are quite a few differences between the page drawings. So, the page he gave to the judges was a pre-drawn image and was hidden behind the page which had the mechanism. And here's how the page mechanism was created. In his performance, he first drew the card and then the deck. So obviously, there must have been an opening for the 5 of Clubs to move up through the drawing. Yes, here, at the edge of the deck, he had the opening of the page where the card could move freely. But how does he control the movement of that card? Well, for this part, he had a card-sized page drawing already set up, and a magnet was attached behind that page. And this card-sized page drawing, i.e. the 5 of Clubs, was placed in between the mechanized page and the pre-drawn judge's page. In addition, he used another magnet which he had concealed in his right hand and was placed behind the judge's page. So, here's how he made the card to rise up. Using his right hand, he moves the magnet, which in turn makes the 5 of Clubs page drawing to rise up, which creates this amazing illusion. Also, if you look carefully, in this frame, you can see the shadow of that 5 of Clubs page drawing which moves up. This confirms that there's a card-sized page on top of the mechanized page. Now, to hand over the pre-drawn page to the judges, he simply turns over the notebook, as seen in this frame, and then tears off the judge's page. Finally, the judges and the whole audience succumb to this amazing illusion. The second trick, the balloon swallow trick. Now we'll look at a trick from Britain's Got Talent, where a magician named Tanba did something very crazy, which left the audience totally shell-shocked. He takes out a non-inflated balloon and starts pumping air into it, as it inflates into a very long balloon. But what do we see? He inserts that fully inflated balloon straight into his mouth, and within a few seconds, he swallows the whole balloon. At the end of his performance, he retrieves the balloon still inflated from inside his mouth. So, how did he insert the fully inflated balloon inside his mouth and bring it back? Well, you must have seen people swallowing swords inside their mouth and bringing them back without any problem. This trick also looks similar. However, they're both different, and you should never try such things at home or anywhere with anything. Now, here's the secret. Balloon swallowing is a great trick for close-up magicians. Here, the trick involves two parts: the swallowing part and the retrieving part. Coming to the first part, before coming to the stage, the magician had already poked tiny holes at the end of the balloon using needles. And the number of holes poked depends on the amount of time he takes to put the balloon inside his mouth. The more number of holes poked, the less time it takes for the air to escape out and the balloon to deflate. So accordingly, Tanba pumps air inside the balloon, ties the other end up, and inserts the balloon into his mouth. Now, the holes created at the other end makes way for the air to escape slowly, so it looks like a normal balloon, as he normally puts it in his mouth and acts like he's swallowing it, while the balloon starts deflating slowly. But what about the end where he places the balloon in his mouth? Well, after placing that end of the balloon in his mouth, he presses it against his tongue so that the air releases from the other end through those tiny holes. This creates the illusion that the magician is actually swallowing the balloon. The only thing he needs to take care is the time he has to swallow before the balloon deflates. Now, coming to the retrieval part, how does he pull that inflated balloon back out? Well, there are two possible scenarios we can possibly think of. Similar to how we chew gum and then blow it up, even the magician, after he puts the balloon inside, turns it into a blown-up balloon, which he pulls out of his mouth. Also, if we freeze this frame, you can predict how he puts another balloon inside his mouth. Now, if we observe his cheeks, he's been pumping air into something. It's the balloon that he blows and brings it out from his mouth. Another scenario is that he has placed a gimmick device inside his mouth which blows up the deflated balloon and makes it reappear back, thus creating this amazing illusion. So finally, the last, but one of the most famous tricks on our list, Death-Defying Sandbox Escape. Demian Aditya, the famous escape artist, shocked the audience when he attempted the Death-Defying Sandbox Escape on America's Got Talent. Here's what he did. Demian goes inside a sandbox and has only 2 minutes to escape before 900 pounds of sand falls over him and buries him alive. So, this great artist risks his life and goes inside that sandbox with his ankle, wrist, and neck all locked up and has nothing but a fragile cover above him. After 2 minutes, the sand falls over him. Everyone believes that something's gone wrong. The assistants keep looking for him and finally break the sandbox. But what do we see? Dressed up as an assistant, Demian has survived this escape act just in time and is totally fine. So, how did he survive this dangerous act? Well, here's the secret. After getting inside that box, how did he manage to unlock himself? Well, the handcuffs, the neck, and the ankle cuffs are all designed in a way that allows him to escape in time. The handcuffs you see are actually easy to open and close, and don't need a key to lock or unlock. Also, the neck and ankle cuffs can easily be opened from one side, which helps him to get out quickly. But where exactly does he come from? Well, there's a mechanism built inside that box, and there's a secret escape door at the back of the box. There's also a latch which makes the fragile cover fall off. So, after Demian goes inside the box, the sand starts accumulating on the cover above him. Meanwhile, he unlocks his handcuffs. And just when he's sure that there's enough sand gathered on that cover, he pulls the latch and the sand falls over him. Now, the cover falls at an angle which hides him underneath it. Meanwhile, one of the assistants runs at the back and swaps his position with Demian, who escapes out from the secret door. Finally, he reveals himself to amaze the audience. So guys, hope you got the secrets behind Got Talent's most famous magic tricks. Which trick did you like the most? The balloon swallow trick, the rising card illusion, or the sandbox escape trick? Let us know in the comments below. Do like and share this video with your friends on social media. For more such amazing things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And finally, thanks for watching!